Ladies and gentlemen, tonight was NXT, and this was the NXT TakeOver Fallout show. It is April 5th, 2017, and you are joining me on Pillar to Post. I am your host, Pete Wall. Remember, before we get started, please subscribe if you have yet to do so. Also, hit that like button and leave a comment if you will. I would like your opinions on how the show's been going, if you've been enjoying it, if I'm on the right path, I should say. This is basically month 2 into the Pillar to Post podcast, and just opinions. Just throw an opinion out there. What would you like to see more of on the show? What can I do better? Am I giving you enough content? And I have tried giving gaming content. I have to figure out some settings on OBS to make it less choppy, because right now the only video I did came out very terrible. It's still up there if you want to view it. I want to put it this way: the sound continues to roll smoothly through the gaming platform I did, but the video itself constantly freezes, chops, and I'm trying to figure it out. If you know anything about OBS and you know how to set the settings, I am using my Xbox 360, so please inform me. Now, like I said, tonight we have our NXT takeover, or not NXT, NXT live from the Amway Center, still in Orlando. It is our takeover Fallout show, and we started the show off with some highlights from NXT TakeOver Orlando, Florida, and we transitioned right into our first match, women's match, and that ended up being Peyton Royce versus Elias from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I am a Canadian myself. I live near Toronto, so it was good to see a fellow Canadian Torontoian, whatever you want to call it, on the show. This is my very first viewing of NXT. I enjoyed it. They did cover a lot of what happened at NXT TakeOver today, so there wasn't all that much action. The matches were a bit on the short side, but they were still pretty good. For an hour-long show, we got all of the recap from NXT TakeOver, as well as some interviews. We got 3 matches. Like I said, the matches were a little bit on the short side. The women's match being the first one, it was a bit on the short side, but there was a lot of action within that match. Now, I want to say this. Both women did a very good job. It was entertaining. There was, I believe, some miscues in the match, some botches. Peyton Royce's partner, Billie Kay, tried to grab the leg of Elias when she hit the ropes, missed by a mile. I believe she was supposed to trip Elias up, but it did not happen. We've seen a submission move done on the ropes. It was very interesting. I liked it. It looked good. Your winner was Peyton Royce using the Fisherman Suplex. A little throwback from Mr. Perfect days. So it was good to see. What I'm going to say about NXT as a first-time viewer, an hour long. It's not a long show. It's not like you're watching SmackDown or Raw, but they get a lot of stuff in the show in that hour-long footage. So, to me, they are on the right track. They're doing a good job. I wish I could see the main rosters doing stuff that they're doing on NXT. Like I said, a lot of footage tonight from NXT TakeOver, so that did cut some time down in the matches. I would have enjoyed longer matches, but for what it was tonight, I'm assuming everyone was expecting this. Peyton Royce looks like a very, very good wrestler. Looks like she's comfortable in the ring. Aaliyah as well. I don't know all the dynamics here in NXT. Like I said, I'm a very first-time watcher. So what my opinions are of tonight's show may be different from anyone else's. My opinions as well might be different. Now, after the match, we get some exclusive footage from the Nakamura versus Rude match at NXT TakeOver. Actually, no, it wasn't from TakeOver. There's exclusive footage from Nakamura versus Rude. It made me curious because I wasn't sure what it all meant. And then, as we know, last night, Nakamura made his main roster debut on SmackDown. They also recap Sanity's win over Ty Dillinger and friends, and transition right into recapping the women's match. We had a post-match interview from NXT TakeOver with Asuka. She was asked, who is next? She just says, who's next? I'm still champion. I've beat everybody. And she laughs and walks away. We get another recap of Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas. They then show his IG of him at the club and question his dedication to winning. So they are basically saying he's got his head up his ass. He's too busy enjoying the nightlife, not performing as he should. I seen the match at NXT TakeOver. It was a very good match between Aleister Black and Andrade Cien Almas. I didn't have a problem with it. It was a very good debut for Aleister Black. Andrade did a great job on his part. The match was pretty damn great for a debut match at NXT TakeOver. So up next we get Heavy Machinery going up against the Bollywood Boys. The Bollywood Boys, very flamboyant. They use their gimmick well, very, very much like the Bollywood actors do act on screen, as well as when they're out with the fans. Heavy Machinery, a very good throwback. Now, I'm very rusty with the names. I think it's Tucker Knight and Otis Deutschevic. I believe that's the way it was pronounced. Very reminiscent of Earthquake and Typhoon. And we've seen Tucker Knight also do the tugboat foghorn, you know, just it was good to see. It is a nice throwback team. I believe I heard others speak of this. They were basically thrown together in the NXT Tag Team Dusty Rhodes Memorial Tournament, and since then they have become a very, very cohesive unit. From what I've seen tonight, very cohesive unit. I enjoyed the match. The Bollywood Boys, they need to get more into the match than showing off and doing their little dancing. They paid for it tonight. They got dominated by Heavy Machinery. Seen some very interesting things I did not even think of when I was wanting to be a wrestler. The Heavy Machinery guys, Tucker Knight and Otis, they were doing a bear hug. And I believe Tucker Knight started this. He grabbed one of the Bollywood Boys into a bear hug and shook him up a bit. And then he threw him like a baseball pass or a football pass over to Otis Deutschevic, who continued the bear hug. That was very interesting to me. I enjoyed that. They finished the match off with a double splash. Tucker Knight through one of the Bollywood boys. I'm not good with the name. Harv Sira, and I don't know who the other guy was. Anyway, he threw one of the Bollywood boys over at Otis. Otis caught him, holding him up like he was going to slam him. Tucker Knight hits the ropes and pancakes against Otis. Both of them land down on the poor little fucking Bollywood boy, and they pick up the win. Like I said, great match. I liked it. I like the throwback look and the feel of the heavy machinery. I see these guys having a very good future together, unless they get separated. These guys are a tag team. They're going to be a tag team to be reckoned with. They move good. They move like big guys normally don't move. And it's interesting to watch. These guys had the fans cheering for them. They had the fan support throughout the match. It was enjoyable to watch. Like I said, another short match. But there was enough put in this match to keep it interesting. Now up next we had an Oney Larcon interview. He was interviewed backstage and he was asked if he knew who his partner was. He said he doesn't know who he's fighting tonight. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter. He's going to go out there and he's going to perform and do his thing. And he walked away. We get a recap of the triple threat tag team match at NXT TakeOver. Another great match that was on the show. And that's followed up with an interview with Paul Ellering and the authors of Pain. Paul Ellering says that tonight, and this was taken after NXT TakeOver, this was not done live tonight. Paul says that tonight was the vindication because they've proved themselves. But no matter who WWE throws at these guys and puts in front of them, Authors of Pain cannot be stopped. This is their destiny. This will be Paul Ellering's attempt to recreate magic, basically. This is what he's saying. He created magic with Legion of Doom, aka Road Warriors. And he's going to do it again with the Authors of Pain. And I believe these guys, without Paul Ellering, would not be where they are. They need the mouth of Paul Ellering. This guy is an established and legendary manager for tag teams. He did a great job with the Road Warriors and continued to do so later on in life. He helped them a lot backstage. If no one knows this, if it wasn't for Paul Ellering, Road Warriors would not have saved as much money as they did. Hawk may be a different story because he was into a lot of issues. But you go back, you watch interviews with Animal. Paul Ellering helped them a lot. They play a fancier recap of the NXT title match. It ends up with a recap of Nakamura's time in NXT. Basically, they were saying farewell from NXT to Shinsuke Nakamura. It was a very nicely done clip. Showed all of his progress from when he began all the way to the end. It was a nicely done segment for a farewell to Nakamura. And, lucky for us, we get to enjoy him from now on SmackDown. Now, from there, we go into a interview with Bobby Roode. This is also done after NXT TakeOver. And the interview is about his win backstage. He says he did what he said he would do. The champ puts himself over for all he's done for this brand, and it's only the beginning. This is, on NXT, the era of Bobby Roode. And he says that he's done everything he said he's going to do. And in the days, the weeks, and the months to follow, things are just going to get that much better. It is the era of the glorious one, Bobby Roode. Now, they remind us that Drew McIntyre was at NXT TakeOver and tell us that he has signed with NXT. The interview with Drew was played. He said that now that he's traveled the globe and won many titles, the NXT Gold is his next goal. He was announced to be in action next week. He will debut on NXT next week. I can't wait to see that. During the whole show tonight, it was talked about Oney Larcon not knowing who his surprise opponent would be. So Oney Larcon makes his way out, and out comes a strange fellow. I recognized him right away. El Vagabundo, a supposed luchador from across the border. Now, everyone could see by the clothing, the guitar, it was actually Elias Samson. But they cheered for him. They were supporting him. It was good. He started off by singing a song, basically telling everyone to shut up. Oney Larcon grabbed a hold of the guitar, cut him off, and told him, I know who you are. I know you're the drifter. You know you're the drifter. The fans here in NXT know you're the drifter. So a bit of advice, simply drift away. El Vagabundo went on the attack, put Larcon in the corner, beat him down. The ref had to break it up. Question if Larcon was able to continue. Larcon said he was, and we break for a commercial. So we come back, and it's all Elias Samson, aka El Vagabundo, and basically just beating the hell out of Larcon. Larcon evades, I believe it was an attempted clothesline in the corner. Oney Larcon performs 8 consecutive charges into the corner, attacking El Vagabundo. Takes his eyes off him for a moment to show off and basically stir up the fans, which it worked. Suffers a clothesline from behind from El Vagabundo. Now, I don't know what El Vagabundo was trying to do, but Oney Larcon was able to reverse, did a flip over El Vagabundo, and removed the mask, revealing Elias Samson to NXT and the world watching. Oney Larcon grabs the win with a running blockbuster. Now, after the match, Samson is outside the ring. He's screaming at Larcon. He's screaming at the ref. Says he belongs here in NXT. This is his home. Out walks a female security guard. Grabs him by the hair, grabs him by the arm, twists it up a little bit, and drags him to the back, screaming and yelling. So, as my first NXT show, what did I think? I think it was pretty nicely done. We had Elias Samson returning after his loss in a Loser Leaves NXT. I have never seen the match. I should go back and watch it. But I wanted this experience to be legit for me. It was supposed to be my first time watching NXT. Yes, I have seen a few clips here and there on YouTube, but never watched a full episode. So this was my first episode. I enjoyed it. I can't wait to see what happens next week when we have less coverage of what happened at NXT TakeOver. Everyone's interviews were great. Everyone's segments were great. Every match was pretty good. It wasn't a bad show. I enjoyed it. We got more in this 1 hour than we usually get in 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. So, the experience was a good one. I'll continue watching. I'll continue doing my results, reviews, and reactions to the show. And now, I'll be able to get at least a few days rest from covering wrestling until Monday night. And be able to kind of cleanse my palate of it. I'll still be bringing you news. I'm doing a show tomorrow, so we're going to do it at noon today. I'm going to be honest, I felt like shit today. I finally crashed at 3 in the morning last night. I woke up at 10 to 5. I was up for another hour, finally crashed again. I woke up when my kids were about to go to school. I fell asleep and I slept till 6 o'clock tonight. I felt like shit. Still feeling like shit. I got the sweats. I'm tired. I'm hurting. And so I need that little bit of a break from the whole wrestling thing, just to, hopefully by Monday I feel better and I can do a better show. But like I said, this is my first experience watching NXT. Continue watching. Please subscribe. Help this channel grow. You are watching From Pillar to Post. I am your host, Pete Wall. And you can find me on Twitter at Mordecai Fallon. MORDECAIFALLON. You can find me on Facebook at Pete G. Wall. And if you want to order a book that I've written, it is a fantasy fiction novel titled Dragon's Kin. You can find it on Amazon. Go to Amazon, in the search bar you can simply type in Dragon's Kin by Pete Wall and it will bring the book up. In the US it is going for $20. You can purchase it from me if you want, and you'll automatically have a signed copy, and you will get it within a week or two, depending on the mailing system. You get it same price from me, although you do have to cover the shipping. Payment is required before the mail out, so that will be there. If you like my t-shirts, you can find them on Facebook, and simply just go to Pete G. Wall and send me a message. Become a friend, and I will direct you where you need to go to check out the designs. This is all based on my novel and future novels coming. So, like I said, this was the NXT coverage of tonight. Good night, and I will be seeing you tomorrow. Have a good one.